Please introduce yourself.
My name is Devin Laster and I'm a fine arts painter.
Okay, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for 9 years this December.
Okay, what drew you into it?
I've been drawing my entire life, but at a certain point I saw different paintings and the stylistic ways of them, and they just kind of made me want to do something different. It made me want to experiment and try different things, and I started painting.
Okay, so who taught you initially how to get started?
How to paint? No one. I'm self-taught painter. I just use different elements in the different drawing classes I've had, and just the experience I've had throughout the years of drawing with pencils and pens and inks and things like that. And I just started painting on my own and never stopped and grew and here I am today.
Okay, so for 9 years, what has your expression really been focusing on over the years? How has it changed?
It's changed a lot. It's changed a whole lot. I think the best thing for an artist to do is to take risks, take chances. So I've been able to experiment on different pieces, and it taught me something. And the next piece, I took it to the next piece, and I just grew and grew and grew. So today, my style is pretty much the same, but the execution is completely different.
Okay, so talk a little bit about your execution.
Okay, well, my particular style of art, it's acrylic on canvas, and it's considered pop art. So if you see, I got a couple pieces right next to me. It's really just taking all the different vibrant colors and using them to create the shadows, the tones, the highlights in different faces.
Okay, so you say vibrant colors and they're different faces. Please explain and expand on this whole idea. What's a vibrant color?
Okay, so basically if you look at a photograph or even a person's face, just face to face, if you just really look at the different shadows and the different highlights, you'll see wherever the light's shining on them, it may be a dark shadow underneath their chin, or a dark shadow right beneath their nose, or a bright light shine spot on their face, or forehead rather, and their cheeks. So I just took those and replaced them with different colors, vibrant colors, pinks, blues, reds, whatever.
Okay, when you first started doing this, what was the painting or the picture or the drawing that made you say, all right, I want to keep expanding on this whole idea?
Well, I was initially inspired by, there's a very famous image that Andy Warhol did. It's not paint, but it's some type of photography, some type of photography tricks he used in editing and whatnot. But it's a famous image of Marilyn Monroe, and it's 4 images of her, and each image, they're completely different colors. Her face is pink on one, her face is green on another. It's just all different crazy colors to represent a person's face, but it still looked like her. You can still tell it was her. So that's kind of what drew me into that particular style.
Okay, so now with what you're offering, what are you looking to expand on as you continue?
My sole purpose is to be able to do the art that I love and share it with the entire world, as many people as I possibly can. Just to share it. Just today, a neighbor of mine knocked on my door randomly, and she said, "You have no idea what your art does for other people, what it makes other people feel inside. Like, you don't even know." She was trying to express how I can't even tell what it does for others. So I want to just continue to create that, inspire others to do whatever it is they want to do, whether it's this particular craft or any other craft or anything for that matter. I just want to make people feel.
Okay, now as you talk about that, you're talking about the world. This is Detroit is different. Yeah. And also, we're related. You're my cousin, right? So along with that, what do you think Detroit has had an effect on your artistry and how you see it?
It's had a big effect on it. We as in Detroit get the reputation of being just a slump, just nothing, can't do anything, isn't worth anything, used to be this, used to be that decades ago with the auto industry and Motown and things like that, and that we have nothing left. But that couldn't be furthest from the truth, because we're rising, continuing rising, and it's a whole new generation of folks like myself, like you, who are doing different things. Detroit is different, who can uplift the city in so many different ways. I mean, I was born and raised in Detroit, on the rough side of Detroit. Went to school in Detroit, middle school, high school. Graduated and went all the way to New York, but then came all the way back home to Detroit. And I've had amazing success in my particular crafts, being back here in my home.
Okay, so as you talk about back here in your home and just interacting with the colors and how you think, and people always say this is the grayest city, it's even grayer than Seattle. So how does that make you respond to these colors that you bring out in most of your pictures?
Well, hopefully it can be looked at as a metaphorical sense, not just the literal, vibrant colors, and it attracts your eyes and things like that. But in a metaphorical sense, which is that although Detroit can be looked at as a gray city, it's still full of color, full of life, full of energy, full of different things on the rise.
Okay, what do you have coming up next?
Next, I have Personal Attractions Part 2. So I did an event some years ago, and I was always used to doing whatever was along those guidelines, whatever, catering to the particular demographic and whatnot, but they said, well, you can do whatever you want, pay whatever you want. So I ended up doing 6 paintings of just public figures I admire. And the feeling of painting whatever I wanted to. It wasn't a personal commission with someone saying, oh, I want you to paint this so-and-so person. It wasn't a particular event where I had to do things that were, certain themes and whatnot. It was just whatever I wanted. So from that day, I thought, I love the idea of just painting whatever I want and sharing it with everyone. So then I did a show called Personal Attractions. It's about 3 years ago. That was the 14th or so, 13th or 14th public exhibition I had, but the first personal showing. All of my own personal work. So it was about 30 some odd paintings, just me, everything I wanted to do. And now I have Personal Attractions Part 2. That's November 15th at Marigold College from 4 to 8:30. VIPs from 3 to 4. Please come on. I'm working non-stop to produce the best quality work I've ever done before.
Okay, so as you talk about your work and people taking it home, I know how it feels, but how did it feel to sell your first painting? And do you remember what it was and who was it to?
My very first painting?
Yep.
Oh man, I do. It was with you.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember this, but this was the first time my work was ever seen by the public. I did 3 different paintings. It was the event where you were trying to raise funds for studio equipment, studio sessions and whatnot. And do you remember this?
Yeah, I actually do remember.
I did a painting of Aaliyah, and I did a painting of Malcolm X. There were 3 different paintings. I can't remember exactly, but they all sold. And yeah, it was amazing. It was 3 paintings, and I was visiting back home from New York, and I thought, wow. So this isn't just something that I'm doing for myself. This isn't just something that I love. Others appreciate this as well. And I remember helping you reach your goal of what you wanted to, for your equipment. That was the very first time. That had to have been in 2007.
I know, 2007.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, so since then, how do people take to your paintings? Like, who's your audience? How do people take it and frame it? And have you seen it in different people's homes? And where do they put it? How does that give you that feeling?
Yeah. It's pretty amazing, actually. As far as the types of people who like my painting, it's everyone. It's literally everyone. Because although I am painting my personal attractions, I happen to be personally attracted to a lot of different things. I mean, you can pick any genre of anything, and I'll find something in it that inspires me, that moves me, that motivates me. So yeah, that's everyone. And seeing it in different places, yeah, it moves me a little bit. I just completed my this one here. This was my 166th painting, and so all those other paintings, I mean, I don't have them in the closet somewhere. A lot of them are gone. A lot of them were commissions or sales at different events. So yeah, I do come across them randomly. The best commission I ever did, best friend, her uncle and aunt, they commissioned me to do a painting, and I always have to sit down with them and say, okay, well, what would you like? What colors are you looking for? What background, all the details. And they literally said, paint whatever you want and we'll pay for it. I said, whatever I want. I just said, paint whatever you want and we'll pay for it. No colors, no size, just paint whatever you want, and whatever it costs, we'll pay for it. And that was the best commission I ever did. And something just came out to me, and I painted a picture of this female and male, the face kind of half cut off. They're both nude, but you can't see, can't even see any parts. It's not provocative or anything. But their bodies are just kind of intertwined with one another. And I don't know what made me want to do that, but they loved it. And I went into their homes years afterwards and just walked by and went, oh, wow, I forgot all about it. And it just, the fact that they still have it hanging up and looking nice in the room and everything, it kind of moved me.
Okay. All right. Now, as we talk about that and just big pieces, you definitely got to talk about what you just gave Cass Tech.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, this was Big Sean. I graduated Cass with him back in 2006. And since then, he's been a big inspiration, motivation, just seeing his rise in his particular industry. Although I don't have anything to do with music, just to see that he's hungry for his dreams and went after it. I decided to do a painting for him to gift to him. So I collaborated with the Alumni Association at Cass Tech. Once I did the painting, and I was able to present it to him, on stage, back same building we graduated from. So that meant a lot to me. And he was giving back to the school with the studio. He collaborated with Adidas and did that studio for Cass Tech. So I thought it would be great to give to him, let him know, thank you for helping me out. I've had a lot of lows, almost as many as, if not more, than the highs I've had. But in those times, you look to different things to kind of move you and motivate you just to keep you going. And his rise is definitely one of them.
All right. So if people want to get in contact with you, connect with you, how do they do that?
Well, my Facebook page, Devin Laster. I also have a page for the event Personal Attractions 2. And it's Roman numeral 2, not the number 2. And then also my website, devinlaster.com. Any one of those ways you can connect with me through my email, also on my website. So it's DevinLaster. That's devinlaster.com or Devin Laster on Facebook. You can definitely reach me there.
Thank you.
Thank you.